Jim, what are you doing?
Hey, Mike, where's your clubs?
Well,
I thought we were playing.
we got a touching home episode to do.
Oh.
You're out here practicing your putting, and it looks like you need to, too.
Yeah. Well, thanks for that. Okay.
All right, take one more shot
All
here,
right.
then we're going to go over. And I hope you can relate this episode to golf somehow. I'll see you over
I
there.
thought we were playing. Here I am. Okay, see you over there. That's what it's all about.
I'm Michael Facciani. Welcome to Touching Home. And again, that cheering is for you, our friends out there. Touching home, wherever home is. Whether you're in a home where you're kind of homebound, someone's watching after you. Whether you're in an assisted living facility somewhere around the country, and I visited a number of those since we came to you last time. Episode 4. I want to thank you for being a part of this. We love you. We care about you. We're here to cheer on your story of faith, your story in life, and make you feel the value that you really truly have, not just with us, but around the country, your family, your community, your neighborhood. Thank you for being with us. Jim, the traveling worship pastor, Jim Simmons, he's coming back from the course here, and we're going to talk a little bit about a golf theme today, so that should be a lot of fun. But I did really want to thank also those activities directors at the different facilities around the country that are playing Touching Home and letting your friends know out there that are in the great care business across this great country and the world. Let them know that Jim and I are here to bring you some encouragement, a little bit of fun, and maybe a little bit of faith. Maybe you're needing something in your life that maybe on the inside you're hurting a little bit, going through something, I don't know, but kind of we're calling this episode Not Up to Par. So if you're watching right now and you're feeling like, you know, I just don't feel up to everything. I'm well into my 60s now, and I feel that sometimes. I know some of you are going to laugh out there. I visited recently some people in a great care facility that are 102 years old. Her name is Frida out there in Pennsylvania, and I know a lot of you are getting up there in years and you might not feel up to par, but I think Jim's here now, so I'm going to invite him out right now. Jim, why don't you come here? And he almost missed this episode, but thanks for making it,
Hey, bro.
by the way.
Thanks for grabbing me.
Does he look like a golfer or what? Now, we're kind of excited about, we talked about doing this episode some time ago.
Yes.
I know you're a golf enthusiast. I don't know if I'm a golf enthusiast. I do like to golf.
Yes.
But we're going to talk about that.
Don't we all like to golf? That's
yeah, we all
fun.
think that. Well, but you have had the privilege over the years of meeting some really great golfers. Here's the thing, Jim. A lot of ladies are watching right now, and a lot of you ladies, back in the day, you could probably out-golf we men.
That's right.
But they got to know some of the names that you've met out there in the day.
Yeah, I've had the privilege and honor of meeting Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer and Chichi Rodriguez and Raymond Floyd, and there's just a Fuzzy Zeller. There's a lot that I have run into because I worked at a Players Championship where all the pros were there, Tournament Players Championship. They just call it the Players now, but
yeah.
But back then it was a lot of fun.
Well, you made me jealous because I grew up in Southwest Pennsylvania. Of course, yeah. Arnold Palmer was from Latrobe, Pennsylvania. Everyone in that area was so proud, but you made me a little jealous because I never had a chance to meet him, but you did. Yeah. Tell me that story quick.
Yeah, last time I saw Arnie, I guess I can call him Arnie.
Yeah.
Last time I saw Mr. Palmer, I was at the Emerald Coast Classic here in Pensacola before it closed down, and he had come off number 9, and I was sort of standing there, and I said, "Hey, Mr. Palmer," I said, "I got a pleasure of seeing you play a couple of months ago, and it was just a great round, and thank you for who you are." And he said, "Well, walk with me." And so I walked over to the 10th tee box with him, and we had a conversation, and it was something I'll always cherish and remember.
Wow. And then Nicklaus, you were telling me the little story. You didn't finish the whole story on Jack Nicklaus because Jim lives here in Pensacola where we filmed this, and I travel from Iowa, but guess where I was through just a couple days ago? Augusta, Georgia.
Augusta.
And
yes.
as we're filming this episode of Touching Home, Just a few days ago, they finished up the Masters
Right.
tournament, and Jack Nicklaus was there. I saw
Yes,
him
he
on
was.
television, and I was so excited. I took a picture of the exit there for Augusta, and I sent it to my son because we play golf together. And I can only say I drove through that. I don't know if you've ever been on that course or not, but,
No.
but you did meet Jack Nicklaus somewhere
Yes.
along the line.
Yeah, I remember one time at the Players, I was at the back door to the locker room. One of my guys, I had to relieve him for a while, and Jack come out and of the door, and I was standing there, and I forgot who was down in the parking lot. I'll think of his name in a minute. But his caddy was loading clubs. They just give them free clubs out of there, the
Yeah.
people. But anyway, Jack come out, and he was talking to him, and he just sort of did this. He just sort of leaned up against me while he was talking to him. It's like I wasn't there. I was just a post.
Yeah.
But man, Jack Nicklaus. No, back then we didn't have cameras and picture taking, and I really wish I had that picture. But
Well, I mean,
it's pretty amazing.
I mean, as you're watching right now, that's got to really bring some warm memories. I just remember growing up, Dad, he learned to golf. My dad was a pretty good golfer back in the day too, and we always talked about this stuff. And he and Mom, even when they were in long-term care, as we're filming this, Mom, she went to heaven on us since between episode 3 and episode 4, and I'm happy for Mom that she's there. But oh, they loved. Now I'm trying to remember the golfer. I'm having some trouble with recall here, but he's the left-handed golfer that at age 50 or something.
Mickelson.
Phil
Mickelson.
Mickelson. They love Phil Mickelson.
Yes.
Did you ever meet him?
No.
Thought I'd get you on that one there. But, what's golf got to do with anything we're talking about when it comes to touching home? Wherever you're at, if maybe someone is showing you this video on their cell phone, you're a homebound person and you have someone from your church or neighborhood that is showing you this video here, first know that we love you and we're so thrilled and honored that you take a couple minutes and share this with us. But what's golf got to do? I got to tell you this. I was with a couple last night, and they live on a golf course, right on the edge of the golf course, and so they had a box of hundreds of balls. Now, my son, for those of you that golf there, he loves Callaway golf balls, so she sent me home with like 9 of these balls. My son is going to be so thrilled. But, I didn't wear my golf gear. You did. You look pretty good, too, by the way. Now, you brought me this hat.
I was on the course when you come and got me, so.
Well, we're glad that you could make it to this episode.
I'm here. I forgot. I didn't forget. I just
this is Jim's hat. He asked me to wear this, but ladies out there, I got a decent hair day going here, and I'm not going to put this hat on today. But a tailor-made hat. Pretty cool hat there. You got a nice hat. When you go on the course, you want to at least look the part.
That's right.
And life is like that too. We want to look the part, and sometimes we put on a little bit of I hate to call it a show because we want to look the best we are, but I'm kind of talking about on the inside of us. We kind of put on a mask or whatever because we don't want to talk about some of the things we're going through. As you watch this right now, I don't know what you're going through. I know as you grow older and you're having to have people watch after you and care for you, that can be really humbling. And on the inside, we maybe hurt a little bit or carry a little bit of weight with that. We try to put on the happy face. I know Dad's like that. He'll smile and everything, but privately, he'll tell me how tough it is sometimes to, really get through every day. And, we can dress the part sometimes. That's as good as it gets right there.
That's good enough.
But we can try to play the part in life, too.
Yes.
But you had a story of you were stepping up to the tee, or you start people when they golf. You did that for a while. You worked for a golf course. And tell me that story you were sharing earlier.
Well, I've noticed that, people get out of the cars and they come walking up to the course, and man, they got the perfect shirt on, the perfect pants. Their shoes are just beautiful, and they have a great set of golf clubs, and their bags got all these names on it, and they got the great hat, and they just walk up to the tee with their friends and all, and they just look like, man, this guy could be on tour. But when he makes his swing, he misses the ball completely.
Yeah.
And I got to thinking, you know, we have people in church or around us that wear those three-piece suits. And they've got those nice silky ties with the great colors on it, the starched white shirts, and the great pants, and the patent leather shoes. You could shave in them if you wanted to. But you know, and they're there all the time. Every time the door opens, they're there. But they're not really there. They're missing the ball when they swing. Yeah. They're missing out on the relationship that we have with Jesus Christ. And even though they look the part and they play the part, it's not necessarily true that is what's happening. And we've seen people like that, and we feel for them, and we pray for them, and we reach out to them in a kind way, not trying to hurt their feelings. Yeah. But that's the way it is. Life with golf and life on its own is just that way. Sometimes things don't go your way, and you just miss the ball.
Yeah. Well, Jim, I'm going to ask you you're going to share a couple songs with us here, and I always appreciate what you do, and it's been a while since we've done between our third and fourth episode. It's so good to see you. I appreciate your heart when you sing.
Appreciate you.
But now, I did a program yesterday, and the leader of the church, she came up at the luncheon and she said, "What program are you doing?" And I said, "I'm not sure yet."
Yeah.
So sometimes there's so many different directions you can go, but you're like that too.
Yeah.
I asked you, what would that, I know one song you're going to do.
Yes.
The second one, you haven't figured it out yet,
no.
right? So you're in for a treat as you watch Jim figure that out there, but I know you're going to do a good job and touch hearts. But
I would like to say I also did a program yesterday at the Haven here in Pensacola.
Okay.
We were in their religious center, or their chapel, that's what it is. And what a great time we had. I mean, it was filled up, and they were all singing and laughing, and what a great experience it is to go into their home and share the word of Jesus Christ and sing these songs. Yeah. And it's just a great opportunity, and I appreciate what you do.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, we have the same heart when it comes to reaching you, again, wherever you're at. Yeah, go ahead. Thanks. Jim's going to get set up to do a couple songs, but wherever home is, we just want to touch your home with our love and the love of God, and we want you to know that we love you and appreciate you. And again, I want to thank those of you that have homebound ministries at your church or in your community, where you'll take this video and maybe show it to those that you watch out for, maybe even in your neighborhood, across the street or whatever. You can find it on YouTube and just play it. And we're going to remind people that we love them, and we're going to come back together and do this in a few moments. But right now, I want you to enjoy Jim Simmons, the traveling worship pastor, as he shares a couple songs from his heart right now. Thanks, Jim.
I'm satisfied with just a cottage below, a little silver and a little gold. But in that city where the ransom will shine, I want a gold one, that silver line. I've got a mansion just over the hilltop in that bright land where we'll never grow old. And someday yonder we'll never more wander, but walk on streets that are pure as gold. Oh, often tempted, tormented and tested, and like the prophet, my pillow's a stone. I find here no permanent dwelling, I know He'll give me a mansion of my own. I've got a mansion just over the hilltop in that bright land where we'll never grow old. And someday yonder I'll never more wander, but walk on streets that are purest gold. Don't think me poor or deserted or lonely, I'm not discouraged, I'm heaven bound. I'm but a pilgrim in search of a city. I want a mansion, a harp and a crown. I've got a mansion just over the hilltop in that bright land where we'll never grow old. And someday yonder I'll never more wander, but walk on streets that are purest gold. All right, thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. All right, let me see. I wanted to sing a special song for you guys today. And, you know, when we get to heaven, just like we were singing about, not only are we going to have that mansion, but the circle's not going to be unbroken, is it? We're going to find our loved ones. We're going to get back together, and we're going to form that circle, that family circle we used to have. Let's sing about that. I was standing by my window on a cold and cloudy day when I saw that earth come rolling for to carry my mother away. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better on the way in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Yeah, we got that home waiting for us in the sky. Well, I told that undertaker, please drive slow, for this body you are hauling, Lord, I hate to see it go. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home waiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. You know, these musicians, these bluegrass guys, they love to play, don't they? Well, I followed close behind her, tried to hold up and be brave, but I could not hide my sorrow when they let her in the grave? Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. In the sky, Lord, in the sky. All right, thank you all so much.
Thank you, Jim. Well, we appreciate you today on Touching Home, wherever you are. I appreciate the story you shared, too, about missing that golf ball. I've done it before. Jim brought me a little iron here to hold, and I can tell his clubs are better than mine. And I think his score is a little bit better than mine, too. I don't know if you've ever gone up there to drive, and you don't need to admit it, but not only, I didn't miss the ball, but I hit it, and it went backwards. I don't even know if that's possible, but I've done it. But somehow I've done it. But in your life, if you're feeling today like you don't matter, you feel lonely, maybe you don't get visited that often, I don't know. That's one of the reasons we're doing the Touching Home video casts. When we close our program, Jim, we always cheer you on when we come in, and when we leave, we'll do that. But I'm going to ask you in a second to pray a little prayer for those watching right now. And I want to thank again those of you that are so faithful in sharing these episodes with your neighbors, your friends from church or in the community. Again, program directors or activity coordinators in facilities around the country and the world, thank you for sharing this, because this is the important part of the program where we really want to let you know we love you deeply. But much more than that, a God that created us loves you too. And Jim, I found that out in my life at age 19, which was a long time ago now. But someone shared the good news that God loved us enough that He sent Jesus, His Son, to give His life on a cross so that we could have a brand new life. If we just turn from our ways and turn to God and invite the love of Jesus into our lives, we can have that new life. And that's as easy as it is. Many of the great facilities in the countries have chaplains there. You may have a local pastor that can tell you a little bit more about that. Perhaps one of the great staff members there too. And I just realized, Jim, a lot of times I thank the activity directors, but there's lots of aides going around helping everybody, administrators. I mean, we've been doing this for years, and I apologize for not even mentioning that, but because they're passing through doing their tasks when maybe you're watching this episode right now. Thank you for everything you're doing. I love to do that with my dad when I leave, to thank those that attend to Dad still in a long-term facility. But if someone can talk with you there, if you want to know a little bit more about God's love, I'm sure there's someone there, or a chaplain, or maybe a local pastor that can help you. But just know that we're not trying to be better than anybody else, that's for sure. But just to let you know and experience the love of Jesus that we did. But for those, you know how to pray for them, Jim. You get around to many great facilities here in the Pensacola area and beyond. Why don't you pray for our friends here right now, that they would just really sense God's love in their heart. Ours too, because we're just not twiddling our thumbs here. Right. We want to accomplish something and let you know that we care and we love you very much. Yes, would you take a second and pray for them? Yes. Thanks.
Lord God, we just come to you today thanking you for all those that we're reaching today. Thank you for their love for you, those that know you and they love you and they have that relationship. We just ask that grows stronger and stronger each day. We pray for the staff and all those that have attended to the ones that's there, and they always treat them like loved ones every place I've seen. And Lord, I thank you for that. I thank you for their spirit and their heart for those in the facilities. I just pray for all those that that just don't have someone come get and see them, Lord. I pray that you would touch them in a mighty way and you would just rain down your Spirit upon them, Lord. Let them feel your arms around them. Let them know that you are the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. I pray mercy and grace upon each one of you. I ask that the Lord would bless you in a mighty way. I pray that he would heal you in mind, body, and spirit and grant you peace, comfort, and strength. And in all this I pray in Jesus' most holy name. Amen.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Touching Home. Not up to par was kind of our theme. If you're not feeling quite up to par, you have our prayers, and I'm sure those that are in long-term care facilities or assisted living, they care about you too. But more than that, God cares for you and loves you.
That's
So
right.
as we end this episode, we cheer on your life, your story, and we just thank you for who you are, and we just pray that you feel the value that God has for you in your life today. We cheer on your life and your story. God bless you. Until next time. Welcome to Touching Home. I'm Michael Facciani. We made it over from the...
Sorry. I slipped off my foot.
All right, I needed that laugh. Sorry about that. Take two.
Okay.
Okay. Good grief.